Hello, hello, and welcome. This is a slice of horror, and I am Kay Bly. If you are new here, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, why not? Go ahead and hit subscribe and that notification bell so you can be aware whenever I drop new content, such as Godfather of Harlem Season 4 reviews. I had the opportunity to sit down with some of the actors from Godfather of Harlem, such as Rome Flynn, who plays Frank Lucas this season. Lucy Fry, who plays Stella, and Michael Raymond-James, who plays Joe Colombo in the series. So you all enjoy these interviews. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you all in the next one. Good morning. My name is Kima from the Fifth Wall. How are you, Rome? And thank you for doing this interview with us.
Very good. I like your background.
Thank you, thank you. I've been a fan of yours since How to Get Away with Murder. By the way, I just had to throw that in there. Did you take any inspiration from real historical figures or other performances while crafting your character for season 4?
Yeah, I mean, I draw inspiration from all of my peers. Um, Obviously, Denzel played this character before, but we see Frank 10 years earlier, so it's not exactly the same. And I also feel like the approach in telling the stories is a lot different. With film, you have a limited amount of time to tell a story that comes together, and with TV, you can kind of take your time with uncovering the details and integrating the character into the show. So yeah, I drew inspiration just from not necessarily from his portrayal of Frank, but just who he is as an actor and his just amazing, impeccable approach to the game and to the craft. And so that's mainly what inspired me from him.
What was it like working with Forest Whitaker and the rest of the cast? Did you pick up any valuable lessons from them?
I mean, all these guys have been on TV for a long time. I mean, Forrest has been on, you know, in the craft for a couple decades, So I learned a lot just by osmosis, meaning like just being there, being near him, being in the scenes with him. Um, when you're doing a show like this, you don't have the luxury, I feel like, of uh, detaching and having conversations that aren't related to what we're doing. Because I feel the work we're doing is just important to that time period and honoring those details. So we didn't have a lot of conversations after when we were done filming. I did talk to him, pick his brain a little bit, but hopefully we'll have more time for all that stuff.
Absolutely. What aspects of your character did you find most challenging to portray?
Um, just the duality, finding a balance of a man who is perceived to be and also can be at times dangerous, but also equally charming, and also in ways showing flashes of having empathy and having an eternal compass. Uh, and I think the misconception with playing a person or a man like this is that people go into it thinking of him as a villain, right? I don't believe that's who he is. I think that he sees himself as one of the guys who's been kicked down and looked over, and he's trying to carve out his own space in Harlem. And I think people can idolize with that and relate to that because we're all trying to do that in some sense.
Describe your character, Frank Lucas, in 3 words.
Yeah, I would say he is unpredictable. Um, he is self-serving at times, and he can be egotistical as well.
Who is your favorite character outside of yourself from the series?
Vincent's character, I'm a fan
Mm.
as an actor in general.
Mm-hmm.
And then Juan Carlos' was one of my favorites last season. And there's a couple of actors that this season, the actor who's portraying James Baldwin, I thought did an incredible job. And I'm excited for people to see it. My man, his name's Michael. I don't know his last name, but dude's super talented and really brought the essence and brought him to life on screen.
Well, that's my time. Thank you so much for doing this interview with us, and I am looking forward to season 4. Hello, hello, hello. So we got one more left, okay? Next interview will be of Lucy Fry and Michael Raymond James. Good morning. How are you all? My name is Kima from the Fifth Wall.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I just want to start off by saying thank you all so much for being able to do this interview. Michael, I've been a fan of yours since True Blood, okay?
Way back.
Lucy, I'm going to start with you. Throughout the series, Stella has been caught between her father's world and her own desires. How does that internal conflict shape her decisions for season 4?
So I think in the initial seasons, her kind of struggle against her father and trying to escape him through these, different romances or trying to escape to Paris, she was seeking out her freedom, I guess. And then in the fourth season, she makes a decision to try to win her freedom in Harlem by working with him and gaining power for herself. So that arc was really fun to play.
I love your accent, by the way. I just want to say. For Michael, Joe Colombo is a rising power in Godfather of Harlem. What's his mindset going into this new season?
Whoa, he comes in a little salty, which 18 months in prison will do that to a guy, to a person. It's yeah, so I think, Joe comes out this season and he's looking for some revenge. He's looking for payback. And that's kind of where it starts, and it's hard to bump off that rail too.
Yeah, I really noticed that watching this season. I was like, oof.
Oof.
Yeah, Joe comes in.
Chip on the shoulder.
Right.
Absolutely. Lucy, Stella is a survivor. What do you admire most about her resilience?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I love the aspect of her that just won't give up, like even though she's been through multiple traumas and this really tough life, she's like gonna make the best of it and going to win. I think it's not that she's just surviving, she's like, I'm gonna be the most powerful woman I can be and not let any of this, stop me from winning. And I think that's been very inspiring for me to play.
For Michael, how does Columbo's relationship with Bumpy Johnson evolve this season?
Well, last season it was kind of my take on this character is, while other kids in the neighborhood probably had, heroes that were baseball players and athletes, Joe Colombo's heroes were gangsters. And in season 3, he was really, really wanted to work with Bumpy Johnson. He wanted to work together. He wanted to put a deal together with him and the rest of the Italians and even Jose Battle, and we're going to do this thing. And then it all kind of blew up. Nobody wanted to run with his idea, and there was a betrayal. And so, it's like they say, never meet your heroes. You know what I mean? He met his hero and just wanted to be his friend, and it didn't work out. And I think, he's mad. I think he's angry, but all that's covering a hurt little boy who's upset that, he didn't get to play in the same sandbox.
Can both of you describe your characters in 3 words?
Manipulative,
Very.
driven, hopeful.
I would say ambitious, explosive, and sociopathic.
And aside from your own character, who are you all's favorite characters in the show?
This season, I really love Elisa's arc.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Right. Well, we
Yeah.
can both have that
Yeah,
one.
we can both have that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Elisa's arc, Antoinette's character, from where it started in season 1, like as an addict in the street, to then trying to find her place in this world and where she fit in. And this season, she really finding her tribe and kind of like owning her own power, standing in her power. It's a really compelling arc.
It's so beautiful to see her be so bright. Like Antoinette
Yes.
is so bright, and that she gets to bring that to her character now is so cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you both. That is my time. I appreciate you all for that, and I am looking forward to season 4.
I need the cash, I need it fast. I treat the stash like it's up for grabs. On the road to the riches, my foot on the gas. I'm chasing success like it's for my last. I wake up in the morning, thank the Lord that I made it here. I was so close to the edge like a bad bitch, baby out. I turned a little nothing into something, like I put a bun in the oven. I burst that bread like a newborn. If you want with me going through storms, then you can't make it rain with me. You ain't in the struggle when the struggle tryna hustle. Don't play with me. You sleep for a week, you spend the day with me. Look at my shoes, have problems even lacing it. If I handed you my talent in a cup, you know dry niggas are probably end up wasting it. Now who's gonna clean up that spill? Look at my lane.